Oh gosh, not this again. The new Star Wars movie trailer came out, and well, it's bad. You know what? Bad is not even the right word. It's nothing. It's purely nothing. My love for Star Wars started at an early age. I wasn't alive for the original trilogy, but my dad exposed me to George Lucas's creation, and we even got to see The Phantom Menace on opening weekend. My dad loved Star Wars, and I think he wanted me to love it too, and well...
It's working! It's working!
Yes, I know the prequels weren't great, but I loved them, because that's what I grew up with. I'm a Clone Wars era kid, and I've tried desperately to make sure my kids don't become sequel lovers. I wouldn't deny that I got baited into Disney Star Wars. I was happy that somebody was going to pick up the mantle to continue George Lucas's legacy, and well, we all know how that worked out.
No! God! No!
I hate the sequel trilogy. I hate everything that it stands for, but I don't hate everything about Disney Star Wars, and that's where The Mandalorian comes in. All of us Star Wars fans were licking our wounds after the rise of Crap Walker when The Mandalorian came out. It honestly was a breath of fresh air, a Star Wars that was low-key, little to no ties to the bigger Star Wars universe, and I liked that. It was a localized story that had cool characters like knockoff Bounty Hunter and knockoff Yoda and a villain in Moff Gideon that wasn't overtly powerful but still cunning and scary. The Mandalorian worked, and like all good things that work in Hollywood, it's time to squeeze every goodness out of it. Mandalorian fell apart after season 2. The ratings for season 3 sucked, and I had to will my dad just to watch it till the end. The localized Western style of the first season ballooned into a massive, interconnected story that had some good episodes, but for the most part, took away from The Mandalorian and Grogu. For the last 2 seasons of the show, we've watched these two characters pretty much play a backseat to cameos and frivolous fetch quests. Their character development is non-existent. Mando hasn't grown much as a character, especially after season 2 when Grogu returned. His storyline essentially climaxed in season 1, and since then he's been a bounty hunter, if you can really call him that. His demeanor of silent but badassness just evaporated from the first episode, where he just levels a whole cantina. I never really feel like he's challenged as a character, because in the end, everything is going to work out. Not to mention, the big bad villain he faces doesn't change for 3 seasons straight. Grogu, though, is the worst culprit. He's a baby. That's all he's ever been. We learn he is a force wielder, but the growth aspect to that story is again butchered with the start of season 3 after his appearance in Boba Fett. Grogu acts like a baby, talks like a baby, and for all purposes is just there to look cute and sell more merchandise. There's nothing about this character that adds anything to the story, so to drag him along into another dilemma is ridiculous. We've had side characters in Star Wars before, just look at Chewie, but Chewie actually has value in the OT. He has a character that displays emotion for Han, Luke, and Leia, but also plays a valuable role in flying the ship in combat when need be. What does Grogu actually do? Nothing. So that brings us to the Star Wars Mandalorian and Grogu trailer, a masterpiece in absolute nothing. Want me to prove you wrong? Let's go through it, piece by piece. The first 7 seconds, Razor Crest flying through the air around a planet that we don't know. How is the Razor Crest back? We don't know. Maybe Mando had another one stashed away that he didn't use for the entire season 3? We don't know. Next 7 seconds, Grogu and Mando look at an Empire base, on probably the planet we don't know. How's the Empire still around? Don't know. 7 seconds, Grogu and some creature that we don't know are walking in the sewers of a planet we don't know. The next 15 seconds, we meet Sigourney Weaver's character, Mando and Grogu sitting around at a cantina, talking, except they don't actually say a single word. Already 30 seconds in, 1/3 of this trailer, we have no idea what is going on. We have no idea what the plot of this film is. Like, I would maybe understand if this was a teaser, and maybe this is and they don't want to label it that way, but you'd think we would be getting some information on what is going on. Don't worry, it doesn't get any better. The next 20 seconds have several clips, but the premise is the same. Mando fights in a cantina. Mando flies up in a ship. Grogu swims away from danger. Mando pilots away from danger. Again, no words, no speaking, just action. After that, we get our first 2 words of the trailer, yes, by who we are assuming is Jabba the Hutt's son, and Mando who says, impressive. Then we get another cute scene of Baby Yoda eating bugs like it's popcorn. Then our last 3 scenes are Mando shoots droids, which just look like giant robots. Mando fights a giant, terrible rendered CGI creature, and Mando blows up some AT-AT. Then we get the title, The Mandalorian and Grogu, Star Wars. Ugh, even the font sucks. Tell me, was I wrong? Was there actually anything of substance in this trailer? I don't think so. And you know what? That's exactly what they want. Disney knows there's not a story here. Disney knows that if they actually showed you what the stinky pile of dog poop was, that you wouldn't see it. So what are they doing? Baiting you. Do you remember how cool The Mandalorian was? Well, you should go see it at the movies. You know how cute Baby Yoda is? Well, you should go see it at the movies. This is a desperate ploy to get Star Wars fanboys out to see a Star Wars movie that they haven't been able to see since Rise of Poop Walker, and hopefully they can drag enough of their girlfriends out because, oh, it's Baby Yoda. So cute.
Enough! Enough of this! I say enough!
Why can't Star Wars be good? Just even prequel good. This is so dumb that this movie was even made. I'm hoping it's okay, but another part of me is hoping he does so terrible, if it is indeed terrible, because I'm tired of seeing this Star Wars crap. Being a Star Wars fan is more than just seeing cool ships, force powers, and lightsabers. We want a story, we want drama, we want the big opera feeling that George Lucas gave us. I know Star Wars is dead, but the little kid in me is just hoping one day someone who isn't trying to score an easy cash grab will give it the love and care it deserves. Because the Star Wars universe is amazing, and all generations should be able to see that on the big screen. So what do you think of the trailer? Do you agree with my thoughts? Feel free to have your voice heard by leaving a comment. Leave a like and subscribe if you like my content, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace out.